episode of Vaping with the Ohmies.
Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies. Vaping with the Ohmies.
Welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Let me introduce you to some dudes in case you don't know. First we got Aziz all the way from Kuwait. Always got a point when it's time for debate. Oh my Lanta, some call him Dan. Got the dad jokes in the palm of his hand. Boom Sauce McNasty got his eyes on the news. Got his ear to the streets and he's down for the crew. Next up is Clown, the DIY king. Got a juice line and some coils that sing. Then there's a bear who's smarter than average. Quick with a wit, his name Vapor Swaggins. Then there's the homie, we know him as Frames. And too many guests to remember the names. Together they make up this killer vape panel. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Vaping with the Ohmies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. What's in the news, Poon Sauce? Alright guys, it's that time for Dan's dad joke of the week. What is going on, Ohmies, and welcome back for another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. I think it's like episode 32 or something like that. 'Tis the season, guys. Holidays are just coming up on us. Of course, you know, Hanukkah just ended, I believe, and we got Christmas just coming around the corner in the next couple days. So, you know, we're just going to kind of hang back, celebrate, you know, the holiday season, kind of think back over the past year, maybe some of our favorite memories and those types of things and stuff like that. And of course, we are joined by some guests tonight. We got my man Palmer's Powders in the house, and of course, my main man Overdrip. Of course, you can catch both of these guys with me on the Shed Time Podcast every Sunday over there on ShedTimePodcast.com. Go check it out. And of course, you can check out Uncle Chris over there on Mixing It Up every Tuesday with Mr. KVTV, and then again on Friday with me over there on my channel. But of course, we got Poon Sauce hanging with us as always, you know, holding it down as one of the OG Ohmies. But of course, these guys right here are Ohmies as well. So with that being said, guys, we're going to talk about what we are vaping on tonight and then get on to, you know, some main topics here about some news and stuff like that. So, Corey, why don't you start us off, bro?
Yeah, I got a few things. First, well, this is probably the last time you're going to see this tank in action because I think it's time to retire the Sherman because, well, it's not keeping that seal on me anymore. So it's the last time you're going to see this tank in action on the Warlock mod, Hammer, from our good friend over, Mr. Mark Clough. Inside of there, I got some of that just watermelon. Was it watermelon crush? Yeah, pretty good in there. And then let's see, got my Lazy Vapor with the GT4S, and inside of there, I got a little bit left to my Pixie Tarts from Milkman. What is this, Milkman? Yeah. And then finally got like what I've been using mostly throughout like the past like week. Got my Infinite Mods Pegasus with the Valhalla, and got some of that. I've been flying through this bottle. I got some of that Neon Bacon, the blue raspberry slushy in there. It's kind of almost gone already. So that's all I've been running, really. What about you, Uncle Chris?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Corey for like actually working through some of these bottles that I know that he's had for years.
Yeah.
So kudos to you, because I honestly remember when you got that and that was probably 2018.
Yeah.
So I love it. You're working your way through it, bud.
I was with James when I got it.
Yeah, I remember, dude. It was another one of those trips when I came back home with a big old box of Hometown Hero e-liquid. Shout outs to all my homies over there at Hometown Hero.
And see, you probably gave a lot of that away.
Oh yeah, I hooked up
You know
so
what I
many
mean?
people, dude.
So, but you know what? Kudos, Corey. Like I said, I'm glad that you're like working your way through it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Still
All
all this
right.
stuff
I'm going to just start off with, funnily enough, that Ashton was here because I jumped in the Zoom room like 2 minutes before the show started and I didn't know if it was going to be who was going to be in here. But I got powder paint rocking that. Well, it's Times Vape Saint, but I call it the Palmer's Powder Saint because Ashton killed it. I got the Kylan on top, the original. I got the Sugar Plum Chop Top on top. I actually got some coils from an Instagram builder named Dan Coils. Go check them out. They're actually really nice. They're like, I think they're triple 27, 2.5s. They're like a kind of an M-Turk build. They're vaping great in here. The liquid I got in there, which sorry, my website's still not working. It's probably not going to be working probably until the new year. But I got some Testing Grounds over drip vanilla custard.
Oh yeah, dude.
Next setup, I got the Rye Dreamer. Got that combo. Actually got some AJ Holland 4 cores in here because this is still the same build. It's not the same wicks, but it's the same build that we did on the green room when we had AJ on and we did the build off. The liquid that I got in there is actually what I mixed up last week on mixing it up, and it's like a peanut butter cake. That's what I was going for. I only re-dripped it now, and it tastes better than what it did last week. But I'm not sure. I'll have to like let these wicks really break in and see if it's really as cakey as I want. And then my last setup, it's been a while since I used this mod, but I love it. So once I got it out this morning, I used it all day. It was great. I got that Unicorn Vert. I got the Temple 25 on top. I got some Sammy Nitro coils actually in here. And the liquid that I'm rocking is it's a Canadian one. It's from Quebec. And it's the Le Confesseur. And it's basically a apricot, peach, mango, strawberry. And it's really quite good. It's from MXJ. That's the liquid line, I guess. And that's everything for me. So I'm going to pass it to Ashton.
Oh well, what's up, everybody? Shout out to everybody in chat. I can't do the whole streamy and chat typey thing at the same time. I'm not that good. But with that being said, first up on the list, I got the AP Merle's mod with the RDA for vaping on top. Got some Breeze Tone 28s inside with the wrap taken off, bringing them up to like 0.1, or bringing them down to 0.11, making them a little extra spicy. And inside that, I got some little bit left of that Mitch Hoget's mixed berry lemonade, and it's going down super smooth. Next up, I got the Vaporgate Pug with the 2019 K-Fun Light on top with one of those sweet neon light micro MTL tips. Can't remember what they're called, but they're cool. And inside that, I got some Breeze Tone MTL coils with some Helen from Laneco Vapor. That's what I got.
Very nice, very nice. I'm actually changing things up here a little bit just because I can. And I literally just.
And the cool thing, I guess, about being on the Ohmies with you guys tonight is like 2 days ago was my year of being on the green room for the first time.
Yeah, dude.
And being a part of the Stooges and stuff.
And I feel like a week or so after that would have been the first time you were on the Ohmies.
Because I'm looking back right now, we had our Christmas episode, and then we had the first time we had Ashton on.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
So it's coming full
Crazy,
circle.
bro.
It's been a year, and it's been a
Crazy.
fucking hell of a year. at that. So
It's been a crazy year for sure. Oh, hold on.
I don't remember what's the gift for a first anniversary. It's not paper. Is it that lame?
I have no idea. But anyways, I'll get into my vape setups and then we'll figure it out. First setup I've got, AP Signature Merles mod with a rye RDA on top. This has got those quad core aliens again, like Chris said, that we threw in here and that build off against AJ Holland, and they are ripping and roaring just as good as the day I put them in. And inside, I've got some of that testing grounds over dripped vanilla custard because it's fucking delicious. And don't worry, guys, you guys will be able to get your guys' hands on some. Just trust me, the wait will be worth it. Next setup I've got is this beautiful piece here, which is that K Vapors Turk edition with the FU Turk V2 on top. Got a Blizzard chop top on top of there. Inside of this, I've actually got the butterscotch testing grounds in there, just because you gotta rock them both because they're both fucking delicious. They're both good, and I'm almost done with this bottle of butterscotch. So I figured, I need to kind of show some of the vanilla for a little bit. And last setup I've got for tonight, of course, you guys seen in the cloud check. Clutch, Type 2. Also got a set of Sammy Nitro aliens on the inside. Little Chiquita tip on there from DHD. And, throwing some fruit up in the mix with some of that Homeboy Mango. And, that's pretty much it for me. So with that being said, guys, it's time to throw it over to our main man, the news anchor of the Ohmies. Of course, you guys can get a whole episode of this over on his channel every other Wednesday with Mr. Logan Exhales and, of course, this guy himself. So it's time for a little bit of What's in the News, Poon Sauce.
Okay, well, I wish I had good news for you guys, but that's not the case this week. Remember how we've been talking about, if you've been keeping track, watching What's the News or watching here for the past few weeks, I've been mentioning a lot about S1253, which got added on to an omnibus bill, which is their normal annual spending bill for the government that is a have to pass kind of situation. And well, it passed today. So it passed the House, it passed the Senate, and it's now waiting on President Trump's desk to be signed into law, practically. So what this bill will do, it's going to really kind of destroy the small retailers, and when it comes to online retailers in the U.S., it's going to kind of topple that market because now they're going to force online sellers into the PACT Act as well. And it's not only vape, it's just going to cannabis, all that stuff being involved into the Prevent All Cigarette Trafficking Act, which imposes stringent rules to online sellers and all that kind of craziness, where it's like the PACT Act is a larger part of the federal Jenkins Act, which there's a lot of stuff that retailers are going to have to do now when it comes to shipping in the US. So I'm going to put that in chat for you guys, so you guys have a good idea of what is exactly going to happen. I wish it was good news, but unfortunately it's not the case. So
this is something that's up for vote pretty soon, right? They're voting on this tonight.
It already passed. It's already went to vote.
100% through.
It already went through. So it's going to be to where probably by tomorrow, it's going to now, all these online retailers have 90 days to either comply and do all the information needed, or possibly, if they don't do that, jail time would be involved or more action after that. So it's not good.
Yeah.
Let me just say it that way. It's not good at all. I'm going to keep on staying on top of this and seeing what the hell, any more information that I can get. So stay tuned for that. I'll be making sure to keep active on Twitter. So if anybody follows me on Twitter, stay on note of that. I'm going to try to keep looking into this and see what the hell, if there's anything we can do at this point.
Yeah.
Because there's always fighting that can be done. It's just now we just have to take
so is this
course of action.
This is only through USPS, correct?
Correct. But
So
they're
FedEx,
saying that by March,
UPS.
probably that UPS is probably going to go on board with saying no. We've already seen that they're really not too fond of shipping vape products, and now pretty much all it's going to be is FedEx and DHL. So prices are going to go up when it comes to shipping online. It's just going to be, we have to deal with it. And we got to find out the correct kind of avenue of where to fight now. It's been put into law. Nobody really, when it comes to people in Congress or anything, have really supported us with saying this shouldn't be in there. So now we just got to continue to get a hold of our legislators and see what we do from there. It's kind of like I don't want to say it's kind of like a step back and see what the next plan of action is, but it kind of feels like that to me, in my opinion. So who knows?
Yeah, with that being said, guys, like Corey said, just stay active on Twitter, and on if you guys aren't a member of CASA, please join CASA, because they've been putting out calls to action for this since they've heard about it. Of course, they also have anything that's happening in your local area. You guys will get emails letting you know about any local legislation that may be changing or may be up for vote or anything like that. So go over there, go follow CASA. Make sure you're following them on Twitter. Go follow Logan Exhales. Go follow Poon Sauce Nasty, Grim Green, Pete Basardo. There's all kinds of people. You got or Philip Basardo. All these guys. Just there's so many people out there that are sharing great information. So go over there, go check that out, and just share as much information as you can as well. That way we can, hopefully, spread as much of our what we want done out there, with emails, calls, all those sorts of things as well. Like CASA, through those calls to action, literally we'll have it to where that'll email all of your local representatives and everything for you with like a blanket email that you can add your own little story to, make it really easy and straightforward for you guys. So big ups to CASA for all the hard work they've been doing. And of course,
100%.
You guys can stay up with whatever else might be coming up in the news on Wednesdays with Poon Sauce and Logan for more what's in the news with Poon Sauce. And with that, it's coming towards the end of the year here, guys. And, Christmas is upon us. The new year is coming around. And like Ashton was saying earlier, it's been almost a whole year since the first time we've had you on the show, man. And what a crazy year it has been.
Man, it's been so crazy.
A million different ways.
Yeah, in a million different ways. Some really amazing things have happened. Some really shitty things have happened. But let's focus on the positive things and think about maybe some of the our favorite moments of 2020, whether it be the Ohmies or just vape oriented, like within the community, like something that's like really stands out to you that like kind of, when you think of 2020, like that's one of those memories that you want to make sure that you keep up front and then kind of push all the bullshit to the back. What would be one of those things? I'm going to ask Corey this, since he was the one that kind of brought this up, just to kind of set the pace. What would be one of your favorite moments from the 2020, whether it be, an Ohmies moment or just something within the community itself?
So with 2020 kind of being a shit year for millions of people, really, how it kind of was, it's the year that everybody wants to forget. There still have been moments to where kind of still be grateful for the things that you were able to take part in or relationships you were able to create and all that stuff. And trying to I guess with all this time I've had with now not having a job and kind of take a step back and figure out what I want to do with my life and things. And it's just be able to create relationships that have gotten stronger. Like when it comes to, as of late, me and James have really got with working together with what's going on with the show and all this, what's going on with the Ohmies. Me and James have been doing a lot more back and forth talking and just trying to plan out different things, how we want to move this forward. And then with talking about Logan X Sales, me getting involved with Logan X Sales, me getting involved with a bunch of people in chat. Two of the guys here on panel I've talked to greatly throughout the year because I've had a bunch of time. So what I think I'm grateful for more out of anything from this year is the relationships that I knew I already had. With it kind of being such a shitty year, I've been able to make those relationships stronger in the end. And it's really vape product, anything like that really doesn't even stand up to the kind of satisfaction you get from growing of a friendship.
Yeah.
That's what I get from it, at least. Put all products or anything that you can hold in your hand aside. The inside part of having somebody you can go to, having somebody you can talk to about stuff is more important than any of that put together. That's
just like Corey, you can hold my hand anytime. Okay, so I can
hold your hand and your butt at the same time. So
you can cry on my shoulder any day of the week, Corey. It's okay.
I know.
Well,
But it's
thank you for that, Corey. Getting all sentimental on us, but dude, it's real, bro. I totally appreciate that because I could definitely say that I would definitely say that's definitely something that I could say is happening. You know, like Ash and I have become very very close over the past year. You know, just all from it all started with where is it? It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. Hold on. I'm gonna find it.
He's got to search through the 1,600 mods I've coded for him by now.
Yeah, I gotta search through all the caps. Boom. It all started with this, man. Started with this cap and then turned into, all the different, mods I've been able to get coded by Ashton to, him joining us on the Shed Time podcast to, just to being able to actually go out to his shop and actually see like what a day in the life of Palmer's Powders was. Like that's probably going to be a big one for me. Just because, it was a getaway that I got to have this year amongst all the bullshit and just because it was right around the beginning of like all this stuff, like with all the monotony of, the COVID and all this other stuff. And, right before, I had a career change and things like that. And it was cool just to be able to go out there, kind of unplug. I didn't have to worry about doing any videos or anything, even though we still did a green room. We still did a podcast. Like those things are different. Like those are passion projects of mine. Those are things that I would be doing no matter what. That's why there's only been one Friday without a green room. But like, it was just cool to be able to go up there and witness what it takes to get something like this in your hands or something like, for instance, like this. Like I literally got to see step by step how this mod was coded. Like that was pretty fucking sweet. Not gonna lie. That was a pretty big moment for me. So I guess that kind of answers one of mine. What about you, Ashton? What would be one of yours, bro?
I guess I would just say like this whole year in general, man, getting to meet you guys, getting close with you, Sean and Chris, becoming, part of the Shed Time podcast. 2020 was really like the explosion of dreams and goals coming true for me. Like as dumb and as cliche as it sounds, like at the end of the day, I gotta, make everybody else's dream come true that sent me a job. And, I set forth on just trying to set the bar with everything I did. I didn't want to like level out with myself and my skill. I just wanted to keep moving. And then I met you guys and got on the green room and the Ohmies and then became a part of the Shed Time podcast. And on top of all that, it's like, Turk and Coil Turd and Dwayne and Grim and all these guys, they sent me work throughout this year and they really made my dream come true at the end of the day. And I'm grateful, I can't thank, this whole industry as a whole, for backing me and supporting my dreams. Because if it wasn't for all you guys and all the customers out there, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be the business I am. And I wouldn't have been able to give my wife a job and work with my wife every day. So it's a lot of thanks go out to everybody that, sent me work or I got to collaborate with, like Danny and, just a lot of big, cool people.
Yeah, and did you guys know he does stuff other than vape mods? Look at that. Did I mention this thing glows? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I honestly, I was so stoked for this. This was a Christmas present to myself. I saw Ashton, he posted it, and before anybody even commented on it on Instagram, I was like, dibs, that one is mine, bro. Put it away. It's not going up for sale. I want it. Whatever you want it, let me know the price. It's mine, bro. And yeah, I had to get one because Uncle Chris has had one, and he's been like showing it off, and I had to get one for myself too. So
Uncle Chris is like the first true close person that got one. So
yeah, I was like, you know what? I have to
started
get
a trend. Trendsetter,
So,
dude. And it's got a chud cap. What?
yeah, dude.
Legit, son.
Just
Guns
a little
installed.
note though. I recommend hand washing the chug cap
Oh yeah.
because at first I was about to put it in the dishwasher, and then I was looking at the gasket. I'm like, maybe
Yeah,
the
don't
heat's gonna be
put the
bad,
cup in
so
the
I didn't do
dishwasher
it.
either.
So I'm just gonna say, just hand wash the chug cap
and the mug.
and the actual, just hand wash. The
I
whole
just
thing.
I hand wash all those anyways.
Yeah.
Just because
They
I
don't-
don't.
they
want
don't
to-
like
fit
going
my
in the
hand
dishwasher.
inside of it, so I bought this.
We got
thing at the
brushes,
dollar
bro.
store.
We've got bottle brushes.
Yeah, it looks like a toilet scrubber kind of, but it's for like I
Yeah,
guess
for
helps.
bottles, bro.
Yeah, maybe it's for bottles.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, since we're on to you, Chris. Like, what would be one of your big moments of 2020?
Uh, you know what? Honestly, like there's been a lot of like shitty stuff about 2020.
Yeah.
So I totally get where you guys are coming from. Like there has been a lot of negatives. Um, but honestly, like it's weird because I've never stopped working. I've worked the whole time. So
Same.
like my life work wise has seemed pretty normal outside of the, having to wear a mask and like just especially at the beginning, I was fucking going crazy with hand sanitizer like all the time. And I'm not saying that I'm not careful now. I am. I've just realized that I've kind of created new habits. So like those things don't bother me anymore. Like I don't touch many things at all.
Yeah.
So I don't need to worry about, hand sanitizing like 30 times a day. But other than that, like I said, most of my life has kind of stayed the same. So I haven't really had all the negatives that a lot of other people have kind of had to suffer through. So I guess I'm kind of, lucky in that respect. But when it comes to just life in general, like I think that some big things that happened for me was like starting the Mixing It Up show. Like when Clown was like, "Hey guys," like, or he actually just said, he's like, "Hey Chris, like, I don't know what you think about maybe doing like a live mixing show or whatever." And at first I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I kind of thought afterwards, like, I don't know, maybe like I'm not ready to do that. And then I just basically was like, you know what? No, I'm ready. And I've had a blast doing that. So just even becoming friends with like Sifu and Mitch, like I knew who they were before, but I never really talked to them. So kind of building those relationships and like sounding boards to like help elevate my mixing, and it's also kind of allowed me to just grow as a mixer in a lot of different ways. So that's been really exciting for me. Uh, Although the start of this e-liquid website and business has not really gone as smoothly as one hoped, I'm still super excited that I'm working with the biggest lab in Canada that is just
Dude, just
been
look at that.
phenomenal so far.
Just
Yeah, like
look at
I'm so
that,
happy
bro.
with that product.
It's
And like
official.
dude, honestly, today I like opened up the 5th bottle and I was like, man, I've not sold a single one and I've already vaped 5. Like I need to slow my roll because like I need to like have some stuff to like get out to the people whenever I can get that website working. But like that in itself has kind of been pretty mind blowing for me. To kind of get to that point of trying to do everything completely above board and get all the permits and all the fucking licensing and registering a company and getting a big ass lab to do it. So like all that stuff's been really cool for me. I think that the Shed Time podcast, like the fact that it started in 2020,
Dude,
that's been like a
we're
really
coming up
big
on a
thing for
year,
me.
bro.
Yeah, dude. And like sometimes I think about it, and honestly, like I have to thank Ashton for this because he always will remind me, like by saying, this is episode whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes it blows my mind when he says it because I'm like, man, this is like episode 46 or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah,
like
46
that's
was last Sunday.
crazy.
We'll be rolling into 47 this Sunday.
Yeah, like, and to me that's like pretty crazy, and it's been awesome for me because like I feel like I've grown in that side of my knowledge by like 100. But not only that, I've also appreciated the fact that I've learned a bunch of stuff that that has nothing to do with like anything Shed Time. Like just it's been about like spirituality or religion or just good causes, like all these different things that I've got to learn by doing that podcast. It's like allowed me to grow as a person. So like I feel like that's a really big thing. So I think that overall 2020 for me was just like a great year for growth and like realization and like knowing my worth and
Yeah.
certain things like that I don't know if I ever thought about needing to do all these things, but now that I've done them, it makes me want to do them more. So I guess really 2020 has been just a great year. My fondest memories is growing as a person, being a better friend, being a better like mixer, all these different
Yeah.
things. It's just been a
Just
great year.
overall,
For
it's
growth.
just been in a self improvement year for you. Is what
Yeah,
it sounds
like
like.
2020 has been like pretty good for me.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that's kind of
Dude, and
fucked up to
that's
say, but
no, because
it has.
I agree with you 100% because even though there's been a lot of shitty shit that's happened, over the past year, even, in my personal life outside of, COVID and everything else, I've had, some ups and downs happen over the past year, but like through everything else, like when I really sit down and think about it and think about like all the things that I've accomplished this year and like the things that I've done that I never thought I would have done before, just because I set my mind to it and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna give it a shot, and the things that have come out of it, you know what I mean? Like I never would have. It's like the same scenario when I started this YouTube channel, bro. Never thought in a million years I'd be doing a podcast about vaping and cannabis and whatever else we've talked about on there, because we've talked about all kinds of different things, dude. Like you said, it's been so like encompassing of just like all things, you know what I mean, whether it be music
Like, there's
or
never been
culture
like that
or
one pigeonholed thing, right? Like
even in an
we
episode
had
that
someone
maybe
on there that was like, man, what was the guy's name that was from New York, and he Harry Krishna. What was his name? I can't remember.
oh,
His name.
Govinda Sky.
Govinda Sky. Like, dude, that episode blew my mind.
Yeah.
And that was one of those times that I was like, I'm so fucking hyped that I'm doing this. Like, I this really is exciting for me.
Yeah, it just gave.
And I never thought I'd do that.
I think what it did is it gave us opportunities to pursue things that we probably wouldn't have because we never had the time to before. You know what I mean? Or like we never thought to do it because it wasn't really a thing that we even thought of. But like I feel like once this the whole pandemic thing kind of hit, and lockdowns and all, even like the whole rioting situations that were happening out here in the States for a while, it just like it gave people time to, like you said, I think, Chris, is just like self-reflect, you know what I mean, and think, well, what can I do, what is it that I want to do, what can I do, and what is it that I can do to get it done, you know what I mean? It's like it gave us that time to set up that plan or think of goals and be like, well, hey, this is something I want to do. Well, I need to do A, B, and C to get there. So let me start on A, and then it just, next thing you know, you're off and rolling, bro. You know what I mean? It's definitely been one of those years that I feel like it could have been a real shitty year for a lot of people, but like for us, it could have also been like a good year on the flip side, depending on how you took advantage of it.
Yeah, like 10 years from now, like you might look back and think, man, you know what? If 2020 didn't happen, I might not be where I'm at, and it might be a good spot.
Yep.
So
I think the cool thing about
the positives I'm trying to take from this past year,
I think the cool thing about the podcast is, we get to go into it every Sunday, and being that we're there an hour, 2 hours doing the podcast, it gives us 2 hours every Sunday to be a little bit more open-minded towards things that we may have not have been open-minded to, you know what I mean? And learn some things, grow from it. And, it's a cool thing to be able to do that every Sunday and, kind of use your Sundays wisely in a sense.
Yeah, although like honestly, like the most productive I am is during that 2 hours on Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, Sunday's a write-off day for sure. I'm actually trying to scroll through here to see if there's any parts. Matt Sanderson says the only good part of 2020 for me has been meeting the Stooges and making some really good friends. Well, dude, Matt, we wouldn't have it any other way, bro. You're Stooge for life, man.
Yeah, dude. Like that's the thing, right? Like there's been
once
some
you're
good
in, you're in,
relationships
dude.
that started for me
Yeah.
in 2020. You know what I mean?
Advocate for Liberty said one of his favorites was the day that Overdrip was dubbed Canadian Jesus.
Yeah, which I can't even remember if it was him or his wife.
I honestly don't remember. Let's see what else we got going on here. Anthony Romelo says all the guest spots that I have got to do on YouTube shows are a tie for my favorite moment. Dude, I could totally get that, bro.
I was gonna say that was like one of my favorite moments is seeing Anthony on the shows this year.
Dude, I love that Anthony does Friday and like the Friday Fallout.
Yeah,
like him and Chris play off each other so good. Like never once did I think that Anthony would be like the easy guy, like the whoa guy, but he is on that show because like normally Anthony to me is like he's the guy that you got to rein in. Like he reins in Chris because he's so far that he's like, whoa, all right. Yeah. So that's why I kind of like watching the show because you see Anthony be that whoa guy, which is totally not normal to me.
Swaggin says, I'm thankful for the sausage God gave me on my 18th birthday. Hell yeah, Swags. Hopefully it was a good sausage, bro.
Shout out to Vapor Swaggin.
You didn't just finish it because that was a little bit of time ago.
Yeah. Also, I was reading. I was kind of having a little back and forth with Mr. Wire Talk Big G because I did see that he just finished up one of them Palmer's Powders.
Yeah,
characters.
Dude, talk about being fucking honored.
Right?
I got a fan drew a picture of me. That's some crazy shit. So big shout outs to Wired.
He did say right here, he's like, don't worry, Frames. The whole Ohmies / Green Room panel are getting the caricature treatment very soon.
Yeah, I was talking to him when he was doing that Builders, and I was like, dude, I need one. He's like, I'm going to do a whole Shed Time podcast, like Green Room one, and I was like, oh, shit.
There we go. We got one from Mitch, Mr. Hogets Yogets himself. Definitely getting to become friends with the three badass mixers that push me to do better in new ways every week and getting to come on the Ohmies in Green Room. Hell yeah, Mitch. Dude, it was an honor to have you on, bro. Not only that, just to see your growth over the past, however many episodes you guys have had to actually getting to try your liquids myself. Dude, shout outs to you, bro. Shout outs to you. Yeah, that mixed berry lemonade, bro. It's real shit.
It's going down.
Anthony says
I never thought I'd be the woe guy. Yeah, I could see that, dude. I could see that. But dude, it's been a crazy year, man. It's been a crazy year. But you know what? It just gears us up for another crazy year. You know what I mean? And hopefully more positives come out of it. But like I feel like when it comes down to it, and if you think about it like the way that we kind of have tonight, and just kind of tend to look at more of the positives than the negatives, sometimes you can find out that, maybe this year wasn't all that bad. You know what I mean?
Man, that's been like my goal since I started like my whole business, man. Ever since I walked away from like a real full-time job and being in like that environment and stuff, that was like my goal, is just to always think positive, always be on the positive side of things, because man, negativity can consume you and consume you quick.
See,
dude, is it like everything that Lando says? It's like, it is not even really that bad. Like, but if you say nipple rubbing, that's like enough for YouTube to be like, hey, are you gonna allow this?
Yeah.
That's our limit.
He says some off the hand stuff for a guy that don't talk.
Yeah, he does.
That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I mean?
But Ashton, going back to what I said before, when you were talking about it been a year since you were on like the Green Room and basically the Ohmies, I was right. And the 1 year gift for your anniversary is paper. And realistically, dude, Big G's picture is going to be on paper. And that's pretty much going to be your like 1 year gift, bro.
Right.
Dude. Because if it wasn't for being on these shows and, doing the Shit Time podcast, you might not have got Big G's attention enough to get drawn.
Dude, not only that, but we need to get what Matt Sinister, we need to get Poon Sauce this t-shirt that says, I'm a Vapor Swaggins guy. Just because I think that would be hilarious.
I'm a Vapor Swaggins guy. I'd wear that shit.
Hey, he's the brother I've always wanted, technically, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because like,
and you know what? I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call a cheers here to what Mr. Not the Rear Gerard Butler, aka Lee, said in chat. He's here's to 2020 for all the new beginnings that have come out of it. It can only get better. Cheers to that, my dude.
Yeah,
Cheers to
bud.
that.
Cheers.
And with that, guys, I think it's about that time that we start piling some songs together for this this thing that we got going on here. I think we even got a bumper for it. I think it's this thing. Boom. Vaping with the Ohmies music playlist. So, of course, if you guys have watched the show in the past, then you guys know what we do here. At the end of every episode, we compile a couple songs from the panel as well as one or two from chat to go ahead and add to our Vaping with the Ohmies Spotify music playlist that you guys can go and check out. It's got... How many songs are on this playlist now, Corey?
Let's see.
A couple hundred. Easy.
The first one, volume 1, is 151 songs, and volume 2 has 263 songs.
Wow. So those are...
About 18 hours of content. You can
Yeah,
Sounds
so you
like
got almost a
like
full
volume
day
3's ready.
playlist right there.
Yeah,
for you
between the
guys.
two playlists, you got 28 hours of music. to
Yeah,
listen
so
to.
you've got a full day's worth of music that you guys can go check out from handpicked from the Ohmies here on the panel, as well as some of our special guests and you guys out there in chat. So trust me when I say that it is very expansive in the genres. There could be stuff from metal music to rap to country to Weird Al to some techno shit. You never know what you're gonna get. Especially if you put that shit on shuffle. So with that, all you guys out there in chat, start dropping your suggestions, artist and title. That way we can look it up and get the right song and all that good stuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass it around the panel here to the boys to see what they've got. And I'm going to start off with Palmer's Powders. Mr. Ashton, what you going to throw up there this week, bro?
First one I got for you guys, because I always listen to it, and me and my son listened to it since he was born. It's Beautiful Disaster from 311.
Well, 311 on the list. All right, and then who are you going to throw it to, Ashton?
Poon Sauce, what do you got?
I'm going to add, I know the name of the song might not be very uppity, but actually, oh no, never mind. I'm going to go with this. Actually, never mind. I was looking at the wrong song. I'm going to go with the song Views from the Sun by Thornhill.
Thornhill. There's a Thornhill close to where I grew up.
Okay, let's pass it off to Overdrip.
All right, I'm gonna go. This is my little bit of goodness for on here. This is from one of my favorite albums ever, and it's Millencolin, and the song's called Material Boy.
Was it Material?
Material Boy, Millencolin. 2 L's and then 1 L.
Got it.
Oh shit, I guess that means it's my turn, huh? Let's see here. Let's go with Sell Out by Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard that song in a while, and I need to add this to my playlist.
That's a good song.
Thank you. And back to you, Ashton.
I got one more from my playlist. It is 2 a.m. from Slightly Stupid.
Ooh, that's another good one, dude.
That's a good, positive, upbeating song when you wake up in the morning and you're dragging ass to work at 2 in the morning.
All right, and then who's next? Is it Corey?
Poon
Yeah,
Sauce.
I'm going to go with the song Archetype by Rogue. And Overdrip.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the song's called "Burn Them Prisons," and the band's Leftover Crack. Just go a little bit more grimy, but I actually think it's kind of like a hyped up song.
You said Leftover, was it Leftover Crack?
Yeah, "Burn Them Prisons."
addict.
Man, I haven't listened to Leftover Crack since I was like a teenager.
What do you got, James?
Sugar, System of the Down.
That's a good one. Sugar.
Sugar. Yeah, dude.
Sugar.
All right, so is that everybody? Is that all of us here
Yeah,
on the
dude.
Yeah, I
panel?
gave 2.
So that
I gave
means
2.
Ashton, Uncle
I'm
Chris,
scrolling.
pick out a song, one each. When you have it, go ahead and let Corey know.
All right, I'm gonna scroll up. I can't believe that Swags' song's actually real.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yellow Jigglers.
I can't believe that's real. I refuse it.
Dude, all I could say is, could you imagine if we were in Discord and this was in the Music Lounge chat, and then Groovy literally just like queued all of this stuff up?
I wish.
That'd be crazy, dude.
Well, you could queue up the playlist.
No, I'm just saying. But like, just with just like all the songs that are in the chat right now,
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, that'd be crazy.
That'd be cool.
that'd actually be pretty pimp.
Oh, Matt Sinister.
Dude,
Limp
I was just
Bizkit.
about to say, dude.
Nookie, because dude, I did
Limp
it all for the
Bizkit,
Nookie.
dude. All
I
for the
fucking
nookie.
play that shit all the time at the shop.
Dude, that brings me back to like my teenage, angst days.
Yeah.
Running around fucking shit up. Oh, I just realized I'm dripping the wrong juice on this.
Oh, nice.
But good thing they're both over drip custards.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to over drip them. That's
Yeah,
the whole
well, I
idea.
did do that too, bro, because
The bottles are compliant,
Yeah.
but it's still possible. to
they're over
overdrip.
drip compliant. That's for
I
sure.
made sure of that. I was part of the deal.
Chris, I think you're up next.
No, I know I'm up. I scrolled up and then I was waiting for a few more suggestions, see if anyone came in that beat out what I'd already seen. I'm not gonna pick any Limp Bizkit songs. Sorry, Tim. Also, I'm not gonna pick Baby Shark. Sorry, can't do that either. Okay, you know what? Because tis the season, I'm gonna go with Olivia Lee and say David Bowie and Bing Crosby of the Little Drummer Boy.
Ooh. Ba-rum-ba-bum-bum.
Me and my drum.
All right. So, sounds like we've got all the picks for the Ohmies playlist. Sounds like we got, a little bit of some what's in the news with Poon Sauce to start the show off. We talked about some of our favorite moments of 2020 and talked about how overall, as bad of a year as it may seem on the outside, deep down, it's actually been a pretty good year for most of us here on the panel, as well as some of you guys out there in chat I did see. So hopefully, we can keep this good tide rolling and keep that positivity rolling into next year. Because one quick announcement as well, guys. This is going to be the last Ohmies episode of 2020, so we won't be back until the beginning of next year in January. So we're going to be taking next week off. So just a heads up for you guys, there will not be an episode of the Ohmies, but don't worry, we'll be back at the beginning of the year to, of course, start the year off right with all the positivity that we bring every week. And with all that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to my panel here, let them know where you can find them, what they've got going on, all that good stuff. So I'll go ahead and throw it over to Mr. Palmer's Powders. What you got to say to the peoples?
Well, thanks for coming and hanging out. Big shout out to everybody in chat. Love you guys. This year has been, all of my dreams coming true, more than what I could think would ever had happened. It came true and things moved this year. So I can't thank everybody out there for supporting me and Palmer's Powders. As always, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook at Palmer's Powders or palmerspowders.com. Every Sunday, I'm on the Shed Time podcast. So if you guys are interested in that and a sweet counterculture podcast, go check it out. It's shedtimepodcast.com. So with that being said, Uncle Chris, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm just gonna echo kind of what you said. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Also, thanks for just being part of a great community, because like James has said many times before, like I'm an Ohmie. I feel the Ohmie love wherever I go, especially like when I'm in the chat, just seeing all these familiar faces of great people that are always in here. So kudos to you guys for keeping up the positivity, even on some, some days this year it would have been hard, but it never really seemed to catch this show in that negative light. So I think that a lot of that has to do with all the people in the community. When it comes to me, yeah, just make sure. I'm not 100% sure if we're having a show tomorrow night. It's kind of up in the air. I think that there's something that Clown might have to take care of, but I think that I don't know. It was just kind of brought to my attention today, so I'm not entirely sure if it'll be on tomorrow. But if it is, come check us out on KVTV's channel. If it's not, you know what? Maybe go back and just watch an episode that you might have missed at 8 o'clock and just pretend that it's live. That's all that I can suggest for that. Check out the Green Room on Frames Jenkins YouTube on Friday, 8 o'clock. We're having one, even though it is Christmas Day. We're just pushing through it because the Green Room's fun for us. And what better way to spend a fun time with your online family? You know what I mean? So I'm excited about that. And yeah, I did launch an e-liquid line. It's not available yet because there was a few things like this is all new to me. Like designing a website and making sure all the payment windows work and all the, like I said, I was trying to go above board on everything. So I wanted to make sure that everything was like legal and done correctly. So it's taken me a little bit more time. I thought I had it all straightened out, but it turns out that I missed a step. So coming into the new year, I'm confident that it'll be available probably around when the Ohmies comes back. If not, maybe a little bit earlier. So you have to check that out. The website is UncleChrisTestingGrounds.com. So you can go look at it. You can't place any orders, like I said, but you can go check it out. Maybe bookmark it for whenever you get.
Yeah, build your card up, bookmark it, save it for later.
Yeah, and other than that, I guess you could go follow it's UC Testing Grounds on Instagram, and there I'll probably post when the site's actually working. So in case you missed some other notification, if you followed me there, you'd be able to see it there. Other than that, I'm just going to say what I say on the Green Room. Everybody stay safe. Everybody stay safe out there. And I'll catch you guys whenever I catch you. James. No, Corey.
Oh,
Corey.
Yeah. You can catch me on my channel every other Wednesday. We don't have a show this week, but you can definitely see me and Logan hanging out next Wednesday, talking about whatever's going on when it comes to news and advocacy wise. Of course, you could always catch me here every Monday, except for next Monday, so you'll see me at the beginning of the year. And you could also give me a follow on Untapped. I'm trying to make sure, see if anybody else is getting active on that too. See what we're drinking beer wise. That'd be fun to see. Have some conversations on there. But other than that, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your holiday. And yeah, we'll see you all at the beginning of the year.
All right, and with that, guys, I do also want to shout out our amazing sponsors that have stuck with us through this entire year. Huge shout out goes out to our main man, Breeze Tones, who's keeping us stocked up with those amazing coils. If you guys have not got a chance to try his coils yet, you need to go over and check them out. You can grab them up at Lucid RDA, Still Valley Vapors, Local Vape, Rising Phoenix Vapory's got them. They're all over the place, guys, and they are absolutely banging. So go grab up some of those coils if you're looking for some amazing coils. Of course, huge shout out goes out to Rescued E-Liquid as well. And you know what? Since we're on the topic of Rescued, we're gonna gift something to somebody right now, and how we're gonna do that is I need just start dropping some X1s. Just drop some X1s. Just start doing it. Just start dropping them. Just do it. Trust me. Just do it. Okay. And then we'll get to that here in a second. But of course, I do also want to shout out Exotic Leaf as well, because they've been holding us down as well when it comes down to those CBD gummies, guys. If you guys are looking for some, CBD to help you relax, towards the end of your day, or to help you, kind of ease off into sleep at night with a little bit out of melatonin, go check out Exotic Leaf. Of course, you can check their website out. Use the code Ohmies for 10% off of your order as well. And with all that being said, we're going to let this roll for a little bit. I do want to say, I want to thank everybody for sticking with us for yet another year here on the Vaping with the Ohmies YouTube channel. For all the new people that have come and subscribed, we appreciate all of you guys. You know, for all the people that come and tune in every week and chat, as well as everybody that catches the replays. You guys are the reason why we do this show. This show wouldn't be what it is without the amazing community that is built around it, and that's all you guys out there. So we owe all what this past year has been to all you guys for tuning in. So much appreciation goes to all you guys out there, as well as, you know, all of our amazing sponsors and just everybody that's kind of been, at our backs, help pushing us, and keeping us, motivated to continue doing the show. It's like we said, it's been a crazy year. We've had some ups and downs, but we've made the best out of it. And I definitely think we've all had some great times here, on the Vaping with the Ohmies show. So with that, what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to wait a few more seconds, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to kind of just this is just totally just off the cusp here, guys. So don't shoot me if you don't get picked here. Okay, this is just off the cusp here. I'm just literally going to kind of scroll up and down just randomly until my scroller stops, and whatever it lands on, that's who it's going to be. Okay. And then with that, you're just going to send us an email with your information and whatnot, and then we'll get you taken care of. And I'll send you a little info about what else may be coming in that. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, and stop. Looks like it's going to be Matthew Walsh, or Welch. If you could please send us an email, vapingwiththeohmies@gmail.com. Please send us an email with your info, ID, all that good stuff, and then of course I'll reply back to you letting you know what's going to be in that gift and stuff like that. There, Liv's got the email there for you guys. But with that, we couldn't leave. It's the holiday season. We had to give something away. We had to do something for somebody. So with that, guys, of course, huge shout outs to all you guys. Stay tuned for the beginning of next year, because we'll be back right here on the channel as always, and we're gonna go ahead and end the show as we always do. But of course, what was I gonna say? One more thing. Oh yeah, all you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Like Chris said, everybody stay safe out there and enjoy your time with your family. And of course, you can catch us on the Green Room on Friday. And now we're gonna send out all those positive vibes. Crisp high fives, and let's just vape on, y'all.